But if you think of yourself at the age of 60 and you've already spent 20 years of your life asleep, 20 years of your life working or studying.
In the Vihara or chapel, the Buddha image is seated respectfully. It is the most sacred place to stay.
And meditation is the best way to create peace from inside.
The program was pretty much sort of like the novice monks. It teaches you
Sawadee. Welcome to another edition of Meditation for All. This program is designed to guide individuals toward a better life by incorporating meditation into their daily lives. I am Chanan Ponratjan and I will be guiding you through the program. First, we will meet with Venerable Nicholas Thanissaro, who conduct a presentation on basic meditation for beginners. Today's instruction will focus on the time management and the balance between the fulfillment of our material needs and spiritual needs.
Welcome back to our mini-series on meditation for beginners. Last week we already looked at how the impurities of the mind can present us with different hindrances when we come to meditate. But this week we're going to look at the interrelationship between meditation and our aim in life, to see how we can more easily manage our time in order to have time to meditate in our lives. Did you ever feel that life is passing you by at an alarming pace? Well, we start off young in life, we grow up to go to primary school, and then to secondary school, and then we go to university and we get ourselves a degree. And with a nice degree, we can get a nice job. And when we have a nice job, we can get a nice wife. And before long, we have our own children. And then we find ourselves getting older. And then eventually, the doctor comes to visit us more frequently. And then they put you in a wooden box. Some people wonder if there really isn't something more to life than all of this. And if we're not careful, it's as if life is living us instead of us living our own lives. Instead of achieving the things which we really wanted to do in our lives, sometimes we may find by the end of our life that we haven't done more of the things that have really mattered to us. In fact, each day is made up of 24 hours. But how much of that time do we spend asleep? For some people it's 5 hours, maybe 6 hours. For some people as much as maybe 10 hours a day. But on average it's about 8 hours. And how much of our time do we spend working or studying? Again, we tend to put in about an 8-hour day. If we're studying, it's about 8 hours, and that's not counting the overtime we may do. So already of the 24 hours in our day, that's 16 of our hours, our precious time, which has been used up with things which have not really been of any great importance to us. The remaining 8 hours of our day is often spent doing insignificant things like walking up and down, eating, cooking, washing up, watching the television. Really, these things haven't really added much spiritual benefit to our lives. You may think that day by day this is not adding up to a very important incursion in your life. But if you think of yourself at the age of 60, and you've already spent 20 years of your life asleep, 20 years of your life working or studying, and another 20 years of your life walking up and down, cooking, eating, washing up, or watching the television, then I think you'd agree that it's hard to know where to find time to sit and meditate for yourself. If you find that there are things which are interrupting your life, which are maybe urgent but not important, then this is a sign that you are having difficulty in setting the priorities in your life. And the reason why you find it hard to find priorities in your life is because your aim in life is not clear. Usually in the culture surrounding meditation, we talk about 3 different levels of aim in life. And it depends on just how devoted you are to your spiritual practice. You can talk about an exclusively material aim in your life. You can talk about a spiritual and material aim in your life, which is a combination. And you can talk about an exclusively spiritual aim in life. If you're talking about an exclusively material aim in life, this is for the sort of person who thinks that time is money and nothing more. Their whole aim in life is to make heaven on earth by earning as much money as they can in order to buy the happiness which they wish for in life. If you think about this sort of person, perhaps it's going to be your stereotyped businessman who spends all his time working just in order to get the maximum possible wage. At the other end of the extreme, you have those who have the exclusively spiritual aim in life. And here you're talking about monks, maybe nuns, who have given up all the conveniences of their material life in order to have more time to devote to their spiritual practices. For these sort of people, their happiness in life is coming entirely from spiritual sources. Unlike the first example where the person's happiness in life was coming entirely from material sources. But I think most of the viewers on this program will find themselves somewhere in between. That is, that they must have a compromise between what we call a material aim in life and a spiritual aim in life. In this sort of level of aim in life, the important thing is to have the ability to compromise and to divide your time carefully in order to get by in a material way, while also finding time to pursue your spiritual practices in life. On today's program, we're going to take a look at some ways in which it's possible to make the most of this compromise. Of course, you can't neglect your material well-being completely. You need to have something to eat after all and a place to sleep. But exactly how to find time to meditate more? This is the question of compromise in our lives. Well, there are 5 different approaches to finding a compromise in life. The first of these is what we call a part-time spiritual pursuit in life. And I think this is probably what you're already doing. If you're already setting aside a part of your day in order to meditate, maybe for half an hour or an hour a day, it's like you're working on meditation as a part-time job, doing it daily, but setting aside a part of your time in your life so that it becomes a part of your daily routine. For example, some people meditate in the morning before they have their breakfast, or maybe they meditate the last thing at night before they go to bed. But if it's a regular part of their daily routine, then again it's becoming part of their part-time pursuit of a spiritual practice. This is one way of meeting the compromise in life concerning our limited time. Some people work far too hard even to find time to meditate on a daily basis. Some people come home from work and they're so tired that they cannot even sit up to watch the television, let alone sit for meditation. And in such a case, sometimes it's necessary, instead of pursuing our spiritual practice on a daily basis, is to set aside chunks of our time, perhaps a part of the year or a part of our career time, in order to pursue what we call a sabbatical pursuit of a spiritual aim in life. This is rather like the university professors who must do research in order to have something new to teach their students now and then. If you just work and work and work, then you have nothing new to teach your students. In the same way with meditation, if you work and nothing else, then you have no new inspirations to bring back to your work. So sometimes it's good to take a certain length of time off from your work in order to replenish your spiritual batteries. For students, and especially good opportunity is the time which is known as a year out, which you can sometimes take between secondary school and university, or sometimes at the end of your university studies before you start your career. Sometimes you can take a whole year out to travel and to do spiritual pursuits. This is a very good opportunity for those who may not have such a lot of time on their hands later in life. Or For those who are in old age, perhaps this is a time when you can go into spiritual pursuits in more depth than before. Also, in some countries, it's possible to take a career break where they keep your job for you and allow you to go abroad to study something or to do spiritual research. This is also a good opportunity to take if you're someone who is interested in meditation. So apart from part-time pursuit and sabbatical pursuit, what other choices do we have available to us for those who want to pursue spiritual pursuits hand in hand with a material pursuit? Well, some people have to work very hard. So hard perhaps that they don't have the time to stop and meditate very much. If this is the case, then one possible solution is to choose the sort of work you do to be work which is actually spiritually rewarding in itself. Of course, there are many sorts of work which you can choose in life. You can be a banker, you can be an accountant, and sometimes you don't see the smiles on the faces of the people who you've helped by your work. This is in contrast to work like being a nurse or a social worker, whereby your actions you can really see the joy and the satisfaction which you bring to others by the work you are doing. Sometimes if you're a person who is involved with spiritual pursuits in life, it is useful to choose a career path where you can get some job satisfaction from seeing the good you're doing for the world. This can leave you tired at the end of the day, but it leaves you tired while at the same time feeling that you've contributed something worthwhile to society. If this is the case, then you can be fulfilling your spiritual pursuit while actually on the job. Sometimes these sort of work is not as well paid as being an accountant or a bank manager, for example, but on the inside it's more spiritually replenishing than simply having a higher wage. So if that's the sort of compromise which you are aiming for in life, then this may be a way of keeping up your spiritual batteries even though you may have to work hard in life. A fourth way to find more time for yourself in order to pursue your spiritual practices is by simplifying your ties in life. This may be a surprising suggestion for some of you, but I'm sure you are not aware just how much time it takes out of your possible spiritual pursuits in life if you have to make compromises with other members of your family. The moment you get married, then every time you wish to do something, then you have to ask your better half for permission to do it. If you have your own children, then it's like you have to ask them for permission, and you have to always think of them before you think of yourself. Sometimes being alone, you have a lot more freedom, and to stay single or to lead a celibate life, this is more and more a choice which modern people are using in order to give themselves the freedom to pursue their spiritual pursuits in life at a more intense level. So before you take the jump to get married or to have a lot of children, perhaps you should consider the consequences of these in terms of the compromising you make for your spiritual pursuits in life as well. Supposing all of the 4 suggestions we've already made are still impossibilities for yourself, maybe you have to work too hard, maybe you can't afford to take time off, maybe you have no free time in your daily routine, you have to work hard, and maybe you have to work in a career which is not spiritually uplifting at all. Is there still a way in which you can find a compromise for spiritual pursuits in life? Well, the answer is yes, there is a 5th way of doing that. And that is to use the wealth which you have gained from your material pursuits in life to a spiritual end. Supposing that you have used up all your time in earning a lot of wealth for yourself, in fact you can use this wealth in order to produce more benefit in society, which can bring some satisfaction from all the work you have done in life. To this end, there are many examples of entrepreneurs who have done a lot for those in society by using their business incomes to help out in society more and more. You can do this in many ways, simple ways or in complex ways, not just simply giving to charity, but helping to bring maybe even your parents more happiness in life by giving them gifts as a token of your gratitude for all they've done for you since you've been a person who is unable to fend for themselves in life. So if you are in the position of the compromise between material and spiritual aims in life, hopefully these 5 suggestions are going to be useful to you as a way to find more structure in your life in order to be able to set aside time, in order to meditate more and to spend more time with your spiritual pursuits. In the words of a young meditator in Thailand, sometimes we don't think hard enough about our own lives. There's a child once who said that sometimes adults give less thought to their own lives than they do to a game of chess. And this is really telling us that we do need to be strategic about the ways we use our time in our life. Otherwise we have no idea what we're going to achieve by the age of 25, by the age of 40 or 60 in our lives. We still have no idea of this. Maybe it's time to sit down and to make some plans in life about the things which could happen in life and the things that probably will happen unless we take an active input into our way we organize our life. So this week we've been looking at the interplay between aim in life and progress in meditation. We have seen how having a clear aim in life can help us to find the time we need to meditate in our daily lives. Next time we're going to be going on to look at some strategies in coping with different sorts of problems encountered in daily life. In the meantime, please try to sit for meditation daily if possible, and do try to keep a diary of your meditation results as well. So until the same time next week, I'll leave you at that for now.
A vihara can be found in all Buddhist countries, and it is the place where lay devotees can go for worship, to listen to sermons given by monks, and most importantly, it is the place for reflection and relaxation. The vihara often houses the image of the Lord Buddha, a venerated monk, or a highly respected teacher. The following episode will take us into a vihara and show the proper etiquette to conduct ourselves in the most respectful way.
The Vihara. In the Vihara, or chapel, the Buddha image is seated respectfully. It is the most sacred place. To step in with shoes is to spoil the place and atmosphere with dust and dirt. The Vihara is the place where Buddhist people go to listen to the sermons of the priest on the Buddhist lunar holy day of 1 Phra. On ordinary days, the elders love to be there in the afternoon to pay homage to the Lord Buddha and to chant. It is a place of peace and is the best place to meditate. It is cool and quiet, the perfect place to turn on the light of inner peace. As it is the most sacred place, a place of spiritual retreat, it is not a place for fun. People soften their voices and take off their hat and shoes to pay respect to the place.
Now it is time to join Venerable Somsak Biyasilo in meditation. Let us get ourselves ready and relaxed.
Let me welcome you again to the meditation session. We have met for this time. This is session number 8. It is very nice to meet you again. For those regular students who have been practicing meditation at home would be more or less familiar with the feeling of the inner existence. If you could remember, I have mentioned many times the term the turning point, where the in-breath ends inside the abdomen. It is also where the out-breath begins to come out. The turning point is the point where we focus in our meditation. According to the Buddhist philosophy, peace can be generated or created only from inside. It can't be created outside in. And meditation is the best way to create peace from inside. Now let's meditate together again this time. Simply choose the best corner where you could sit very well. You could sit on the floor, on the cushion, on the pillow, wherever you feel most comfortable. Once you could already make your sitting, now simply slowly close your eyes. We could take a few good breaths. Take a deep breath in order to feel the turning point. Relax the entire body. Feel as if there is a stream of relaxation flooding the entire body. All parts of the body are covered by the stream of relaxation. Deep inside, all the muscles, the bones, all parts inside and outside. Relax and relax. Last time I talked about why we should visualize the crystal ball. But before we learn in details about this, let's visualize, think about the crystal ball as if it is floating in the center of the abdomen. The round shape of the crystal ball, it is clear, round shape of the crystal ball inside the center of the body. We choose to visualize the crystal ball because it has got the round shape. It is so perfect, symmetrical from all directions. If you look at it, it will look the same. It also symbolizes the shape of the mind. According to the Buddhist belief, we are sure the shape of the universe is also in its sphere form, as well as the shape of the mind. What we should do in our regular meditation is to think of the image of the crystal ball. We shall not put too much attention on the visualization process. Let the picture appear automatically. Let the picture turn up in a very gentle and very soft manner. Here we are, we have the image of the round crystal ball, clear by itself, floating independently in the center of the abdomen. The technique is we don't force the picture to be so clear. We don't force the picture to be as demanded. Instead, we let the picture turn up automatically. It would be free to turn up. If it doesn't turn up, feel relaxation inside the stomach. Relax all over the body and relax every part, every portion, the feeling of the mind. The body and the mind will have one thing in common, that is relaxation. The awareness is now at the picture, imagination picture of the crystal ball. Feel at ease on this imagination process. Let the crystal ball exist naturally in the center of the body. we apply no force. Sometimes the ball keeps going. Sometimes the ball would come back. Once it comes back, stay with it in the center of the body. there would be no reason at all to feel cross when the crystal ball is leaving. Be kind to the mind. Just bring back the image of the crystal ball back to the place in the center of the body where peace is created. So we'll spend some more time staying with the crystal ball at the turning point. Remember from time to time that we shall never apply force or too much attention because we want the picture to be as clear as we want to be. But in reality, if we relax, the crystal ball will be natural and will be part of the peace creation process. Relax again. Relax again and again in the process of the visualization. and let's share peace to the world. Peace is created from the center. We could make a wish that all the creatures will get absorbed by our peace that we want to share. We share our peace, our inner peace to the world. We wish all mankind and all the creatures get happy. Once our peace radiates and touch all the souls in the universe, let happiness get into their heart, so the world can be another place, a better place to live. So remember the sphere form of the mind, the sphere form of the crystal ball that is situated in the center of the body at our favorite turning point. Once we are ready, we could count down from 3 to 0 in order to exit from our inner world. Hope you enjoy meditation together with us, and see you next time.
In celebration of Buddhist Lent 2006, the Dhammakaya International Meditation Center of California hosted the Dhammadayata training program for ladies. This special 2-week program focused on meditation practice, Buddhist studies, and life skills. Rose Mipan has participated in this program for 2 consecutive years, and in the next interview with Vera, Rose will explain what the program entails as well as what it took her to prepare for the training.
Swadika.
Swadika.
Welcome to today's special program as part of our series on the International Dhammadayata Ordination Program for Buddhist Lent 2006. Today, we'll give you a full picture of all the training programs organized by the Dhammakaya International Meditation Center. At Wat Phra Dhammakai in Thailand, we organized a 2-month training program for ladies interested in meditation and Buddhism. At the Dhammakaya International Meditation Center of California, they've organized a 2-week program known as the Dhammadayata Training Program for Ladies. Today with us, we have Rose Mipan, who's 15 years old and is from Southern California of the United States. She's participated in the program for 2 times, and she's here with us today to share some of her experiences. So welcome, Rose.
Thank you.
How are you today?
Good. You?
Not bad, pretty good. How did you know about this program?
Well, the Ubasika Kyao over there, which we're really close to, they invited us to enter the program that the main temple has been having for a couple of years or maybe more. And they wanted to bring it into the United States, into the branch, the Azusa branch. And they invited me to join the program and learn the stuff that they did over here.
I see. And so with these programs, how did you decide to become a part of this? How did you hear about this?
The main reasons were for my mom was one. The second was how they presented to me and my friends, and how they said it was going to be a good experience, a helpful experience, teaches you all these great stuff. And the other one because the guys got to do their stuff and it
In
was
the ordination program.
yeah, and it's like, oh, the girls can do it too. you know? We're as good as them.
That's awesome. And so when your mom invited you, you said yes right away. And so can you explain a little bit what the program is about, what you had to do, and how you prepared for the program?
The program was pretty much sort of like the novice monks. It teaches you life skills, religion-wise, and like great teachings that like you probably won't hear pretty much a lot anywhere. And to
For example, of Buddhism or of life
like
teaching?
life teaching, probably how to respect others and how to think of what they're thinking before you do your actions, and or how much gratitude your mom has for you, and manners in life that you should probably take in and use it in life so you can become a better person, probably. No, yeah, better person.
No, probably.
No, probably.
And so can you describe to me what a regular date was like in this program? It was for 2 weeks, correct?
Yeah. 2 weeks, none of the days were the same. Different activities, different trips. Wake up, start the day, wake up at 4:45, 5 in the morning. Get ready, and like you have to be on time. You can't be like, oh, I don't want to get ready, or you know, all this stuff. And you have to be in line by, I think 5:30, not sure. And we go down, meditate for an hour, listen to Long Pa's teaching. And during the time there, we're separated into different groups. So wash dishes, laundry, prepare food. And if you prepare food in the morning and in the afternoon, you pretty much get out like 10 minutes earlier to go prepare food. And afterwards, we all come in the dining room, eat good food, good food, and listen to the blessing. And after we eat, like, we eat a lot. You think you're gonna lose weight because the 8 precepts and all the stuff, but no.
So you have to uphold 8 precepts, which is...
No killing, animals, humans, none of that. No stealing. I don't know what, I'm not saying it in order or anything. No sexual misconduct, no lying, no drinking, no smoking, no drugs, no sleeping on a soft bed, and no singing and dancing, and no makeup. I think, yeah, no makeup.
And you have to be celibate or not have any sexual relationships?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
was it hard upholding these 8 precepts?
Most of them weren't, like 7 of them weren't, but there was one that really got me. The no singing, no dancing.
So you like to sing? And
I like to sing and dance. I'm in choir, and it's sort of hard because, like, you know, it's like a hobby. Like it just comes on automatically. In the middle of walking or something, you'll be like, oh, I don't know, a song. And I'm pretty sure I broke it like 3 times a day. Like, in the middle of like doing the laundry, twinkle, twinkle, little star, you know, all that stuff. It was good though.
So it was a good experience?
Yeah.
Very nice. And so what was your favorite activity?
There was a lot actually, because like throughout the whole program, you got to do different things. Like you get to knit, first aid. You get to, I think, you get to learn the table manners, like for high class.
Oh, you mean like etiquette and...
Yeah, like
stuff.
how to sit, how to use the forks, like from I think outside in. and how to set a table for a party, like a very elegant party, and probably like we would listen to lectures. That one's good too.
So it's basically life skills and
Yeah.
stuff that you'd use later on.
And my favorite one, I think, was the knitting.
Really?
I'm not sure though. Other than that, like the one that like I really liked the most that wasn't knitting, guess you wouldn't really, well, yeah, you would call it a teaching, like a fun way, was the boot camp.
Ooh, explain boot camp. What was that like?
That was wake up, do sort of like teamwork stuff. Wake up, run a couple laps, run down and up the hill, go through a course, like crawling under chairs or tables, and sliding through down a water slide, swing across the pool, walk across the bridge. That one was fun, like teamwork style.
So you had to work with the other person.
Yeah.
If not, then what would happen?
Start over. Start over. You fall, you go back, start over. Like, I think you get tied up with a partner. One person fall, start over. Go back.
So it's very team building.
Yeah. Wait for the other person, all for one, one for all.
Oh, nice.
Coming up next, Vera will take us to the Dhammakaya Temple in Thailand, into the Yama building, the clean kitchen of generosity of Kunyai. There, Vera will show us the true reflection of orderliness and cleanliness.
Sawadee. My name is Vera Rungchagul and you're on the tour of Wat Phra Thamakai in Pathum Thani, Thailand. Today, you'll get to see the true reflection of orderliness and cleanliness, the Yama building, the clean kitchen of generosity of Kunyai Maharatana Ubasika Chan Khonnok Yung. Believing that an army marched on its stomach, Kunyai, the founder of Wat Phra Thamakai, took special care of the temple's kitchen and managed and supervised all of the kitchen's operations, ranging from food preparation, catering, and the proper maintenance and organization of all kitchen tools and utensils. So follow me and we'll take a closer look inside. Under Kunyai's supervision, every corner of the kitchen was spotless and clean, and with all the kitchenware scrupulously organized and sorted. She made sure that everything was in its proper place and properly taken care of. The rules of orderliness that she laid down in the past made the temple seem fascinating and attractive. If you were fortunate enough to visit her kitchen while she was still alive, you'd be amazed to find that every single object had its place and were separated according to type and arranged according to size and seniority, with each lined up from biggest to smallest, from senior to junior, as if they were brothers and belonged to one big happy family. From her example, a culture of cleanliness, mindfulness, and discipline was born and continues until this day. When eating, everyone is encouraged to be mindful of the portion of food they have on their plate in order to not be wasteful. After eating, one might see temple goers cleaning off their plates with a recycled napkin until there's no residue left on the plates, as a way to conserve water when washing the dishes. Afterwards, they would sort out all the plates, bowls, cups, and silverware in order to make it easier when washing and in order to save time when sorting them out and putting them back to where they belong. In the past, the washing of one's dishes was a common sight due to the smaller number of visitors to the temple. It was an act which conserved water and energy. But nowadays, given the larger number of visitors to the temple, the washing of dishes is left to temple housekeepers, but visitors are still responsible for table cleanup, the pre-cleaning of dirty plates and silverware, and sorting them out to be washed. This orderliness and cleanliness is not only pleasing to the eye, but has an effect on cleaning the mind. And from a clean mind comes a broad mind. And inherent in the nature of a broad mind is generosity, which does not hate or discriminate. Since Kunyai's mind was spotlessly clean, she didn't discriminate between the people who came to the temple. She welcomed all. Her generosity is exemplified in her saying, "If there are 100, may I be able to feed 100. If there are 1,000,000, may I be able to feed 1,000,000. No matter who came to the temple, Kunyai fed each and every one without prejudice." Those who were able to work in Kunyai's clean and organized kitchen would be indirectly trained and disciplined in their actions. The habit of discipline created inner discipline, which helped to train and improve the quality of the mind. Kunyai once said that the reflection that you get out of the bottom of your cooking pot reflected the quality of your life. Therefore, the good habits that Kunyai tried to cultivate within us could be considered indirect training, so that we become more responsible for our own actions and its effects on society, as well as more responsible for the conservation of limited resources. With this, Kunyai's clean kitchen of generosity has become a good model for the world to follow. So when you come to the temple, don't worry. You'll leave with a full stomach and a full heart. See you soon. สวัสดีค่ะ
We hope this presentation guides you to find the path and tools necessary to conquer any and all obstacles in your quest for inner peace. Please forward your comments or questions to our email address meditationforall@yahoo.com. Goodbye for now. สวัสดีค่ะ